Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing? So this is week number 4 of June's movie Marquee challenge that I am doing with Sandy from Crochet Canada. Hi Sandy. If you are new to this challenge and you've not seen the videos from either Sandy or myself, which she's linked down below, by the way, you should check out her channel and watch her videos and see her take on this challenge also. It is a year-long project plan idea brainchild that Sandy came up with that we're doing together, where we take turns picking movies at random that we pre-selected a few, like a batch of, and this month was my month. So obviously last month was Sandy's month. Next month in July will be Sandy's month again. We show you guys the movie posters for the month, and we make a project, and we also invite you guys to make projects with us. We show you guys our progress through our videos, and sometimes post them on our Facebooks also, and we invite you guys to join us on our Facebooks, which are also linked below, and show us what you've come up with inspired by the colors in the movie posters when we show you the movie posters, which will be in each video. I did forget once last month, and I think Sandy forgot once this month, but otherwise, normally we're pretty good at that. But yeah, so if you've been around my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am making this a year-long blanket challenge. I'm doing it for multiple reasons. One being I love making blankets. Two being that blankets use more of the yarn from my collection, which I am trying to do because I'm trying to wheedle down from my collection, because I'm trying to use everything from my collection and not buy more for the project. Like obviously you've seen my haul videos, so you know that I'm still buying things, but like I'm not trying to just go out for each project and go buy more. I'm trying to actively use what I've got. Not just come up with a new project and go, oh, I need more yarn. Which so far I think I've been successful on as far as this challenge goes. Thought I had to, the very first one, which was this blanket right here behind me, I thought that I had to get another ball of the dark orange, like that's the bright orange. This darker color is a burnt orange, whether you can tell or not on camera. But I didn't. Yay. So there's been a few close calls. There's been a few substitutions made, I believe, but it's all good. And also another thing that I've been trying to kind of learn to do is make my blanket smaller, because usually if I have an idea for a blanket, I want to make like a giant, like a big queen size or like a Heather size blanket and like cuddle up in it, you know, be able to cuddle up in it, curl up in it. But I'm learning that like when I watch a lot of TV, like I can still curl up in a lap blanket, especially now that I'm losing weight, right? So, but I can still curl up in it. Like it doesn't have to be a total burrito moment where I'm, you know, completely engulfed in them. Some of them are still quite cozy, just, you know, being over me instead of engulfing me. Thus anyone that I may give them to or donate them to or sell them to also, you know. So smaller is not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm trying to like teach myself that, I guess, on top of that. And most of the time I've been making that goal. They've definitely at least been smaller than like queen size blankets. I'll say that. This month ended up bigger than some months, but it still, I think, qualifies as more of a lap blanket. So this being my month, I'm going to show you what I've picked. So finally, right after the 4-minute mark, the movie that I picked was Free Guy. Here is the movie poster for it. And as you can see, you had quite a few color choices, and we've talked about them many different times through the month. I know that. I've seen quite a few different choices. Pink was a high runner, like that bunny outfit was an eye catcher, which I'm not surprised about. I also used pink, as you'll see in a moment. But pink was a high running color, I think, in a lot of the challenges. Or a lot of the entries, I mean, a lot of the projects made. And I'm not surprised, like I said, because I did that myself. But there was a lot of different colors to use. I picked 4, 5, 6, I want to say 7 of them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 7. And I didn't touch on, like, there was so many more colors that I could have picked. So this month, what I did was, there was like 3 kind of main body colors, and then 4, yeah, so 7 colors. Okay. And then 4 like scrappier colors that I used just to use up some of my scraps also. And I made, if you're familiar with a mitered granny square, I made a set of mitered granny squares. And I decided to go with the actual granny square instead of like a solid version of it, because my idea was, since the movie is based off of a video game, or since it involves a video game, even though it's like a newer type of game, it's not a real life game unless they made a game from the movie. Like, it wasn't a game to start with, I mean. Like, it's newer graphics and that kind of thing, but still in the spirit of video gaming, I felt like granny squares embodied like the 8-bit graphic type, you know, a little blocky. And so did the mitered granny square with all the, you know, it was a stretch, but that's where my mind was with it. So I did that, and I did my continuous join, which I do often do also a solid join of that. I did the granny version of that. And I will hold it up and show you, but before I do that, we will talk about the border so I can show you that at the same time, because obviously it's done. The border, I was at first only going to do the main color of blue as the border. And tonight when I was finishing it, I thought about all the different like blockiness that I had been going for in the whole blanket. And I thought about how much of the like scrappy colors I still had left over. And I've also been, you know, I'm a big Stranger Things fan, and you know, I've been explaining throughout the 4 videos of this month that I originally watched Free Guy just to see Joe Keery at first, who is Steve in Stranger Things, and he's Keys in this movie. And then I ended up loving the actual movie too. But so I'm a big fan of him. And I used black in this blanket to represent him, because on the cover he's wearing black. And so he's in all the squares to be represented everywhere. But I wanted more of him in it. And I felt like I could use up some more of the scrappier colors. I used a pink, a white, a brown, and an orange. So just to give you, let you get a nice mental image of what's about to be showing you if you haven't seen the preview of what I was doing. So I decided to do, I'm pretty sure it's called like a tapestry stitch of single crochet across it too. So here is the squares, and I will pop a picture up in just a minute of like the whole thing hanging up on my French doors again, so you can see a full version of it. But here are the squares, the way they were joined. So you see where I was trying to go with the blocky bits, right? With the 8-bit graphic blocks, I hope you can kind of see my vision with that. And you can see the other colors. I know the brown's pretty dark. It does, hopefully, when I show it by the camera light better, it shows up the brown. That was the brown from Ryan Reynolds' coffee cup. There was the orange from the goldfish. There was the white from the girl's outfit. Of course, I said black was already for Keys and his black outfit. The pink was the bunny outfit that was on the cover. The light blue was the guy in the blue shirt, Ryan Reynolds. And then the dark blue was the sky and maybe the lettering, but the sky for sure. Everywhere that was in the video game and on the cover. So that is like my join and my mitered squares. which actually, when I was taking the picture of this, David came out to look at it and he goes, "Why is the one square facing the different direction?" I was like, "Where?" And it freaked me out. And he's like, "I'm just kidding." And he got me. But he got me pretty good because when I was crocheting everything together over the last couple of nights, I was pretty tired because I do a lot of my crocheting after work and I'm always tired after work. And I did have to rip out like multiple times. I'd get 2 or 3 blocks into a row and then look back and realize that I crocheted one in upside down or backwards. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't do that. Like, I couldn't even stand, if you've done a mitered square, you know that you do like the main block and then everything else after that is back and forth rows. So like you do get like the right side and the wrong side or the front and back of the stitches anyway. But the main square, there's still all of one side is the front side, all of it is the back side of the stitches. And I have all of them properly facing out, front side one way and back side one way. And like my brain, that's how my brain works. They have to be ordered. Like it just had to be ordered that way. So like one of the times the square wasn't facing the wrong, like it wasn't out of rotation. It was just facing the wrong way. And I noticed it and I had to rip like 3 squares back. It was so annoying to me. I was like, nobody's, like I tried to ration, nobody's going to notice this. It's fine. Could not do it. I could not do it. So it took forever. So he got me pretty good. I will try to get this a little bit closer to the camera. But then I went through and like on this side, obviously, I did the pink and I mixed it with the black and I just did a little block of color mixed in with the black. And then I switched, this is the side that won't show up as well, but you can see it, I guess, in the light from here, but it's the brown. So I did the middles of the square colors on each side. So this is the brown and black. And then on this side, I did the white and black, which means at the other side is the orange and black. So yeah, that was the border. And I was going to go a step further and do, because it's surrounded in light blue, I was going to do like light blue up here, like a half double crochet row of that, and then finish it with one other double crochet row of the sapphire blue. But when I did that, since I wasn't thinking, and since I only did a single crochet block row, it kind of ate it up. So I had 2 options at that point. Well, 3. I could have carried on and you would have really only seen the very bottom of the color. Or I could have, I guess I had 4 options. I guess I could have done it in the back loop and then you would have seen more. But I didn't think of that. And I don't think I would have chosen that option anyway. Or I could have let it get covered up. Or I could take it out. So I just took it out. Like the little bit that I had done, I'd only did like this much of it or so. And then I was like, you know what? You can't even see it that well anymore. And that was not a lot of work, but I mean, it was a bit of time tonight, you know, getting it done. So, and I think it looks nice like that around the edge. So originally it was meant to be a pop of color in the middle of like kind of a blue, but I kind of like it on the edge itself. So I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, so before I forget to, let me show you guys a picture of it fully, because it's a pretty decently long blanket. The squares came together so quickly that I think I told you last time, I just made them all at the same time. Like I made all the brown, all the white, all the orange, and then all the pink, probably not in that order, but I just kind of conveyor belted all of them, and I made quite a few. I think there's 12 of each one. So what is that? If my math is right, that's 48, right? So 48 squares big. It's a 6x8. So it's really not a bad size at all. But not a queen size blanket. And I had no intention of keeping hardly any of these honestly, this year. I figured I would either just like end up giving them away or like using them as gifts, or seeing if any of my friends wanted them just because they were like movie inspired, or I thought maybe even at the end of the year they may end up like on my Etsy store or something, like if nobody wanted them here, because honestly I'm sure most of my friends are like crocheted out of gifts, but I don't know, like like my, when I originally picked Black Widow, like originally at the beginning of the year, like for example, I hadn't thought right then and there that I would do specifically the stars and turn it into specifically a David Harbour blanket. Like I guess I knew I would try to fit David Harbour in there somewhere, but like it turned into such a Red Guardian blanket, like I had to keep that. And then like, I don't know, like I fell in love with the first one, and this one's been on my chair ever since, and I've ended up like keeping and putting in various places of the house. I've ended up keeping all of them so far. Like my Purple Rain blanket is in my living room, and my Red Guardian blanket is by my computer, and that's probably where this one is going to end up too. So when I'm really cold, I can like just cuddle up with, and I have my Hopper blanket there also, because I have a couple of chairs, and I have a whole setup, like, because I have to like keep my feet elevated, and like after work, put cold packs on them because of that whole foot thing that I had a while back. I never got surgery on it, so I always end up like covering up and like kind of like relaxing, but just like in front of my computer, since I have to do like work in front of my computer. And then I have 2 monitors. You've seen it. You've seen the 2 monitors before, like when I do my my drawings for my winners. So you've seen or any intro at my computer. So I have the 2 monitors. So like I'll watch Netflix and do like some computer work or whatever, or I'll crochet and watch Netflix from there or whatever, just so I can, I don't know, be out there, because I don't know. That's sort of like the central part of the house. So like if Damon wants to come out and hang out, there's another chair there. So like we hang out and watch stuff there, and like Abby can come running around out. Anyway, you don't care about all that. But so the point is, I've had a lot of blankets out there, and I don't know, I've just ended up keeping all of them so far. Like I don't think I'll keep a whole year's worth, but I think this is another one that I'm going to end up keeping because I super, super, super love it. I was very proud of how it came out, and I really like the colors. I think that's another thing is like with this challenge, I've put colors together that like I didn't expect to ever use together. A few of the yarns, I guess I kind of figured like, oh, I'll get it. And once I had them for a while, I kind of thought they'd end up in like giveaways or something like that, just because they're not colors that I normally reach for. And then all of a sudden I needed them like for these challenges. So like, that's great, and I ended up liking them. So if nothing else, like this challenge has like made me use stuff that I don't normally use, and I've liked it. So yay. But I'm rambling now, and I'm going to go. I'm actually, since I'm done like almost a week early, we won't find out Sandy's movie until July 1st. And well, maybe the end of June. I'm not sure when she's gonna officially draw it, but whenever she does, I will also come and reveal it on my channel also, and maybe throw out some ideas if I have any by then, or panic that I don't have any by then. And that will also be the day Stranger Things comes out, that I'm anxiously excited and counting down. So between now and then, I'm working on some Stranger Things projects. So I am going to let you go. And I will talk to you, excuse me, very soon. Until then, I love you. Bye, guys.